Is it okay for parents to be best friends with their kids? We're taking it from both sides, male, female perspective, a little segment we like to call Toe to Toe.
Indeed. Every day we invite two experts to help us tackle these topics. Today, for the male perspective, he's going to have to do. I'm kidding. Adam Richman, executive producer, host of Adam Richman's Best Sandwich in America on the Travel Channel. He's also Man vs. Food. The man is versus food.
Thank you very much.
Look how happy you are to have a man here.
The barber was unavailable, and they got me.
And the woman who crashed our set, Chris
That's
Jenner
what I
is
do.
here.
Thank you.
All right, so here's what got us thinking about this. It's a controversial new show. It premieres tonight on VH1. It's called Mama Drama. Features 5 sets of moms and their adult daughters living together in Las Vegas, and all at least purport to be best friends.
They are inseparable. They party together. One duo even dresses identically. I know Chris wants to say, so what's the problem? Sometimes it's hard to figure out who the grown-up is and who the child is. So we ask, is it okay for parents to be best friends with their kids?
Chris?
Chris?
Well, you know what? This is what I say to that. I spent many years of my life being pregnant. And I had all these kids. For me, wait and raise them and wait till they're 18 years old and then say, oh, bye-bye, we're done now. I'm not your best friend. I'm, no longer an influential parent in your life because now you're an adult. That just wasn't going to work for me. So I've really managed to have the most amazing family dynamic, starting as late teenagers and building a friendship with my girls.
But you say late teenagers. To me, that could be a tricky time because there's still some pushing away and boundary issues. Did it ever get to be a problem where they were pushing back and, or didn't behave in a way?
Of course, because, all my girls, they've all gone through that stage where they, they push back at their parents and it's rough in the house. But I think it's the dynamic that you have in your family and how you don't give up on your teenagers. And that's what I did. I managed to, create those relationships that I cherish today.
Yeah, but you're buddies, and then you have to discipline them. That's got to be confusing.
You create that line. You said this is how this family dynamic works, and this is I'm going to be this way now, and then I'll be your friend. If you're nice, you're nice.
Adam, let's get you in here. What do you think?
I mean, I'm part of a single-parent family, and I think it's great that I have that familiarity with my mom. I love her. She's my hero. And I do think that we have a really strong friendship. And I think it's cool that there's a little bit of that sort of blurred boundary you were talking about. That said, I still think in terms of being a parent, you need to still maintain that kind of respect, that kind of disciplinarian thing. And while I want to share stuff with my mom, there are things as a guy, thank you. There are things as a guy that maybe I should take to my boys or take to a male cousin that it might be kind of awkward to take to mom because I can't afford that much therapy. I'm only on basic cable.
But also, to that point, and I think it's important, with my little daughter, I guess, say, oh, daddy's your friend, daddy's your best friend, but when I say, well, who's daddy? She says, the boss. I hope I do a good enough job as a parent so that when she's an adult, she wants to be my friend.
Well, it evolves to that. That's what happens. That's what I'm saying. My girls are in their 30s and 20s. I mean, they're not going to take my discipline. I'm sure you've all seen the show once or twice where I have no voice. When they're older. Kendall and Kylie, are still at that. Sure. They're still under my thumb and living in my house and under our rules.
And do they listen even though you're best friends with them?
They have to. There's no option. If you don't give your kids an option, these are the rules. You're living in my house. These are my rules, and you're going to behave until you're 18 years old and you can pay for your own house.
Do you see differences here cutting on gender lines?
Absolutely. Like my mom had to be a mother and father for me, but she's also a guidance counselor. And I think in as much as she sometimes has to leave guidance counselor at work and just be my mom and be a sounding board, she still also is like, I brought you into this world and I'll take you out of it. And to quote Arthur Miller, attention must be paid, because mom keeps the hand strong. I love her, but mom, you don't trifle with mama.
I mean, Chris, we're mama's boys, it's daddy's little girl. What about the same sex dynamic?
Huge difference. I mean, for me, my girls and my son, it's a completely different animal. Like, I spent the whole day and last night with my son, and he surprised me with a little thing last night, and he was delicious. My girls are just much different, but that evolves. I think your relationship, it takes time to build, just like you and I have been friends for a long, long time, so you have a mutual respect, your relationship evolves. And so now I'm kind of done to the older ones being like the brownie leader and the soccer coach and the room mother. And I love the friendship that we built because I'll have that for the rest of my life. And then one day, hopefully, they'll take care of me.
We always want you reaching out to us on Facebook, on Twitter. Of course, we have an online poll, and this is what you said on our website. We asked you, is it okay, parents, best friends with the kids? 33% say yes, 67% say no. But again, I'm with Chris, especially at the very top of this discussion. I think it is different if you're an adult child or not. If you're an adult child or not. Yeah.
But when you're old and you have no friends and your kids don't talk to you.
Right, but
I'm just saying.
You're not peers, though. You still want that remove. It's like, I think that there's those elements where you don't get to choose your parents in this life, and you're lucky enough if you end up with great ones, which I think I'm fortunate enough to have done. But I think because you don't get to choose parents, you're two separate individuals, that it's cool to sort of cultivate your own identity and then have this other person to guide you, but guide you in a way that's open, that you don't feel you're going to be scolded if, like, you try something in your youth and it didn't work. Like musical theater in my case.
Hey, thank you both so much.
Thank you both,
I know my mom's my best friend.